we have. So what is this note implementation? Why we have to apply the note? What this note contains? So why we have to install these notes in our SAP system level here, right? So note is the SAP note is a there is a S note is the one of the transaction code. That is the S note. The transaction code is S note transaction code. Using this is the note assistant tool. So this is the note contains the set of instructions. The note contains the set of instructions to resolve to fix the known errors, right? To remove the known errors from the SAP systems as part of the day-to-day, it's the runtime systems. So maybe code errors, bugs, a lot of things will come up. To fix that errors, SAP will release the bugs. SAP will release the corrections in the form of note. They will release the notes into the marketplace, so that if we are having similar error messages, then if you implement that note, that related error messages will be fixed in our SAP systems here. That error messages will be fixed in our SAP systems here. So thus way we can implement the note here. That is the way we can implement the notes in our SAP systems here. Notes in our SAP systems we can implement it here. So there the types of notes are there here. So some notes are instruction notes, instructions. Some notes contains instructions. So it contains some instructions how to fix the instructions. Instruction notes. Some notes are correction notes. So correction notes here. So which means correction notes means here we need to install that note in our SAP systems here, so that that issue will be fixed. As part of that note implementation, we may get the new functionalities, new code fixes, bug fixes, new enhancements, new classes, functional model. There are a lot of things will come into our SAP system. That issue will be fixed. Those are the corrections. Some notes contains the instructions. Instructions means some resolution steps. How to fix that error. What are the instructions we have to face it here. What are the steps we have to follow to fix that error? It contains some instructions. It contains some instructions. In that instruction notes, so we have to follow, we need to fix the error. So what this note contains, where can we find out? In the SAP marketplace, we have the knowledge base articles. In the SAP marketplace, we have knowledge base articles here. In the SAP marketplace, we have the knowledge base articles. Suppose example, when you are configuring the TMS, we got the one error, right? This is the error, we got it here. So TP program ended with the 666. So for that one, what is the cause? They are the scrap. There when you are doing the export, we got the one error. This is the note number. This is the note number here. This is the instructions. They have provided some resolution steps here. So what to do, what I have to do, and the instructions they have given. These are the some instruction notes here. Some notes contains the corrections, which means that note we have to install in our SAP system using the SNOTE transaction code. Using the SNOTE transaction code, that note we can implement in our SAP systems. We can implement in our SAP systems here using the SNOTE transaction code. So normally you no need to manually download it. In the real time, we no need to manually download the notes in our SAP system. So here itself, we have to configure the SAP backbone configuration. We have to perform it. So with backbone configuration means SAP long back, like 3-4 years back, they have introduced the SAP backbone. Backbone means direct connection to the SAP marketplace. Only the digitally the signed notes we can apply, we can install in our SAP system. Instead of manually downloading, we have to do that one. So either manually also we can download the notes, we can apply in our SAP systems here. So for that one, we have to go to here. We can download the note directly from marketplace. We can provide the number, just click on the download button. It will be downloaded. We can implement it. Otherwise, we can also upload the note manually here. Go to the upload screen here. in the upload screen here, it will ask the note number. So that note we have to manually download it here. That note we have to manually download in our SAP system. Suppose example, so there is a lot of notes here, right? So this note we are manually upload that note into the our SAP system. Then we can import it. We can upload it. Then we can upload that note in our SAP systems. Then select the note. What is that note number as per your issue? Then we can import into the our SAP systems. We can import into the SAP systems here. So this way, so we can find out the which one is related to the our issue, which one is not related to the our issue. We will get the some conclusion here. We can implement that notes in our SAP systems here. And our SAP systems here, we can implement it that notes here, right? So that notes we have to implement it in our SAP systems here. So that note contains the corrections, instructions to follow it here, right? That is the using the SNOTE transaction code we have to implement in our SAP systems here. Suppose in the regular our SAP systems, suppose if you go to the ST22, there are some bugs, some errors. So suppose example, if you see here, we go to the SM21. So you identified there are some errors here. So there are some errors here. Suppose error like the buffer synchronization has not been called, right? There are some errors here. In that case, what we can do? This is the error. You want to fix it out here. Then we go to the SAP site here. Then if you type it here, if you browse it here, it contains the one note here. See here 255804. So what this note contains? So let's start the investigation here. In SM21, you see this type of error messages here, right? In SM21, you see this type of error messages here. So in the error messages, what it contains? So this is there is a buffer issue in our systems. So to fix that issue, what we have to do? Like that, you will get the note. There is a note will be displayed. Let's see here. What is the category is the problem. This is the problem here. So the error messages, this is the error messages here. So what it contains? The buffer synchronization has been not called in the seconds. So this is the environment applicable for the SAP NetWeaver ABAP system. Our is the ABAP systems, right? So cause, what could be the issues, right? So this is a dispatcher, something, we got resolution. So this type of issues, what we have to do, buffer synchronization will be called later here, right? So what they are saying that, so buffer synchronization later, this is a down issue, it will be called later. So otherwise, you can find out what was running in the systems. So there is a transaction code, they asked us to execute it here. Then to check that one, also running the kernel, they have given some instructions to us. They have given some instructions to us how to fix it out here, right? So based upon this by following this note and everything, so we need to have to fix this type of issues here, right? This type of issues, we can fix it out in our SAP systems here. We can fix it out in our SAP systems here, right? By following in the SAP, we can fix it out all the things here. This is the note corrections here, means information note. It contains some information, how to fix it out, and all the information will be available in this notes here, note implementation. This note we cannot implement it. Why? Because it says that we have to follow this resolution steps. This resolution steps, we need to follow it, which means it's a instruction notes how to fix this type of errors here, which was released on the 20/05/2023. Okay, so here you will get whether this note is applicable your system or not. This is applicable for all the NetWeaver systems, yes, right? Sometimes it will give you the information like it is not applicable. Suppose like if you can see here, there is one more error. For this error, so what is the product? It is also applicable for all the NetWeaver systems, right? So this note also applicable for us only. So in case of if you are having this type of issues, we have to follow the steps. Then we can have to follow the steps, and we can fix all kind of error messages and everything. We can fix it out. All kind of error messages, we can fix it out. These are the instruction notes. Some notes contains the corrections. Some note contains the instructions here. Like means correction note means directly we have to implement that note here. Directly we have to implement that note in our systems here. So directly we have to implement means we need to log into the systems, go to the SNOTE transaction code, SNOTE transaction code, then go to go to the upload the note. Actually, we don't have the authorization to download it authorize automatically. Just select the any one of the note here. I'm not sure whether this notes will apply or not. Data file is notice incomplete. So how to do that one? Let's go to systems. Is all the notes giving the same error? Data file is incomplete. What is that? Some notes we have to follow the instructions. Some notes directly we have to install that one. We have to install it here. Upload the data again. So it's saying that download the note again. Let's see some of the notes during the upgrade time. So we may get the full notes, but let's try to implement the some of the notes here. Oh, PMS is not configured. Oh, let me see. Okay, then go to yes. Let's try to upload. No. So otherwise, what we have to do, log into the system directly. So directly I'm trying in the application level. So these notes, let's copy all these notes, move to the application server level. So here, sometimes what we have to do, the direct uploading the note is not possible. So we have to do it via, so we have to do it so via this one. Otherwise, so we have the other systems, right? Let me try to open other systems here. So let's try to implement in the other systems. Our ECC production development systems. So meanwhile, we are in that system. So what we can do? What is this? So the notes I copied to the application level. So sometimes what we have to do, we may have to extract the note. Why? Because note has downloaded in the, so in the form of so SR file, right? So I have extracted the files here. You can see extracted the zip file here. So this zip file, we need to extract it here. We have to extract this zip file here. We have to extract it here, right? So that's a extracted. It will generate the one note file, one folder. So this notes I am extracting. So it contains the one folder got generated here. You can see folder got generated. So what I am doing here, I am uploading to the our SAP systems here, right? I am uploading into the our SAP system like NW1 system. Suppose like example NW1 system with the basis user and log in with the this one. So what that note contains, some functionalities or bugs that will be implemented in our SAP systems here, right? Just click on the OK button, upload, right? So when you click on the upload file, so normally can't we download it manually, automatically in the directly in the system itself? Yes, we can do that one. So, but there is a backbone configuration is required from the SAP side. So without that backbone configuration, we cannot import it here, right? See here, this is something, it is processing. This file is getting processing here.
Sir, how that configuration can be done? Like it needs to be done
There
from
is
our side or
router. So there is a some router configuration. There is a there is a procedure that we have to perform it, which means our system has to be registered into the SAP marketplace. Then our system has to be registered into SAP router. Then the router has to be connected to the SAP site, SAP servers. From there, so you can directly download it. There is a lot of configurations we have to perform. So that is the reason.
Once the systems is registered in the router and in the service marketplace,
Yes.
will the RFC will be automatically created, sir, or
No,
we
no.
need
We
to?
have to run the one some nodes, TCI nodes, some nodes we have to implement in our system. So then the digitally signed nodes, they are the nodes. Some functionalities we have to implement it so that one report will come. That report will generate the SAP notes download, backbone configuration, all those things it will set up it. So first is system should be registered. So ours are the training system, right? It's not registered. So that is the reason. So we don't have any backbone config. That's why we are manually downloaded the notes and we are importing into the system manually by placing it to our downloads or desktop. We placed it and we are implementing it here.
Sir, if the notes are in the SAR file, we need to extract it. If it is the zip file, we need to extract it, right?
Yeah.
Then
If you extract the file, so zip file online SAP service or support portal, there is a the voices. Yeah, you can see here it comes to the new one note you implemented, but this note cannot be implemented in our system. Why? Because the version is mismatching. The version is mismatched. If this is showing as a gray item, means this note cannot be implemented in our SAP systems here. SAP systems here due to the mismatch. Suppose if I go to the other systems here, other ECC systems here, we go to the Note Assistant tool. So here you can see here there are the some notes here. If you implemented these notes, we can implement it. See here this note we can implement it. There is a play symbol, right? This can be implemented. This note, this can be implemented. This note cannot be implemented. We have a lot of notes are there in our SAP system here, right? Select the note, click on the implement so that with that note we can implement it on our systems here, right? Just select it, click on the OK but play symbol, then that will be implemented. So what is this error message? The attachments are lost after the back. So then click on the OK button. Select the note, click on the implement it. These all are the issues, errors. So if you have this type of issues, we can directly implement this note in our system. So that is issue will be fixed. That type of issues will be fixed in our SAP systems here. So select the note. So yes, do you have to read the note? Yes. So you see this note, why we cannot be implemented. Some nodes can be implemented. The status of the node. So the status of the nodes contains. So some nodes can say like cannot be implemented. Some nodes can be implemented. Cannot be implemented means maybe version mismatch or the version. Why? Because this is only for the ERP systems. This is not the ERP system. This is the only this is ERP plus supply chain management related systems here, SCM related things. So this is not applicable for our version. That's why this note we cannot be implemented. This note cannot be implemented, but this note can be implemented. The note which is coming the play as a play symbol, that notes can be implemented. It will ask the transport request number. Why? Because the note can be transported to other systems. The note can be transported to the other systems here. So that's why, so we can move the transport request to the other systems. That note will be implemented in our systems here. The note will be implemented in our systems here, right? So as part of this note, there is a object will be implemented. Some changes are happening in this object, in the repository object. So some corrections or some implementation is happening here, right? This is what happening in the our systems here, right? So see here, note has been activated. So like that, we can download the note, we can upload the notes, whatever the notes we have, we can upload the note into our SAP systems here. Our SAP system, we can upload it here. So download it as a SAR. Sometimes some systems will accept the SAR files. So if you directly, we can also import the SAR files here. Like this, we can import the SAR files here. We can import it. We can implement the SAR files here. So that, directly just to import it. Sometimes what happens, the lower version systems or unwanted systems. So manually we have to extract it and we have to import it. Like this, whatever we have done it here, manually we have extracted, we are uploaded from here. Sometimes directly we can upload to the from our workstation to SAP level, directly we can import as a SAR file. SAR file we can import it here, right? SAR file we can import as a here. So what is that note contains? Something like 29. There are a lot of notes also. 24. This is the one, right? This is the one. See here, this all are the notes only. All are the implementation notes only, right? So these notes, just click on the OK button. So then, okay. Yes, we want to read the note. Yes. Then to save the changes into the transport request. Then implement the changes here. Right? Implement the changes. Yes.
Sir, how we can confirm whether we need to extract the note or we can directly upload?
So there is a TCI, I think. There is a one corrections, some TCI functionalities. There is a TCI. There is a TCI like that. So what is the difference between this NW1 system and in the ECD, ECP system? Why we are implementing in these systems? We have the TCI. There is a transport correction instruction functionality got implemented. So we can directly import the SAR file here. Directly import the SAR file here. Suppose if you go to the here you have the option like, so upload TCI, transport correction, which means this is the latest ECC systems. So directly, instead of extracting directly, you can upload the notes. Directly you can upload the notes in our SAP systems here. Directly we can upload the notes here. So that, so directly that note can be implemented. So let's, yeah. Here, so what is that note number? 250. This is the one transaction. A lot of the place symbol notes can be implemented. The lot of place symbol which is there. So those we can implement it, which means these all are applicable. It's done, right? Screen personas. This note also we can implement it. Okay. This note. We can also reset the note implementation also. So in yesterday, one of the interview question they asked you how to reset the note implementation. In the same SNOTE transaction code, there is a option of the reset note implementation. Because you implemented the note, you are getting the some lot of errors you are facing. You want to fix that errors means. So we have to fix the errors means. Then we can just de-implement the note here. We can also de-implement the notes here. We can also do that one. That is possible in our SAP systems here. SAP systems, that's possible here. Okay, note implementation. Download the note, upload it, select it, which note you are uploading here. So suppose like you are importing this note. Okay, this note you are importing. Right, let's import this one. So your system will say when you upload the system, you upload the note, Directly it will won't import, it will not be installed. So it will say like whether we can implement or not, it will say like that only, right? So then we can select it, we can find out whether we can implement it. Yes, this is, we can implement it here. Just click on the OK button. So this node contains, there is a dependency on other nodes. So 2471269. So then here we need to check the 00024. So 71, right? What is that? 2471. 2471. So that node contains dependency on the 71269. Yes, 269. So that node contains dependency on the some other node. So we are implementing the two nodes together. The dependency node also we are uploading and we are importing into the systems here. So say those things we are doing in our systems here. So one node has dependency on the other nodes. So other nodes we have to load it, then we have to implement. Some nodes directly we cannot implement it. There are the multiple ways. So whatever the nodes we are implementing, these are the corrections. It contains some corrections, some object corrections. There are no manual steps. Means if you implement that node, that issue will be fixed. If you implement that node, that related issue will be fixed here. What it is going to, it is going to implement the one object here, right? One object is getting implemented in our case here. So this method, so this method object type is the method. Method type is, this method is, there are some changes are happening in this methods here. That is what it is applying in our so systems here. Sometimes what happens after applying the nodes, we have multiple dumps will be generated. Suppose example, if you see, if we go to the ST22, so they are the multiple dumps. You can see 7 dumps, 75,000 dumps here. They are the some shared memory related errors that we can ignore it. They are the multiple dumps here. So a lot of dumps. So we need to check why it is generating, what could be the reason, what is the job or what is the user, why the job is throwing the space issues. Is it running from long time? That we have to fix it. Actually, as a business consultant, we need to fix in the production systems. It's a production, PCP production system. We have to fix it, all those things here. So as we are all are basis consultants, which means any errors in the systems, either dumps, critical errors, system slowness, down. So we need to investigate it to fix the issues here. Okay, that is fine. That will got it. So like that, go to the SNOTE transaction code. That is the Note Assistant in the SNOTE transaction code. So the notes we have to apply it here. Note contains the two types, manual types, manual instructions, then corrections. Correction directly we can install it, same as like now how we have done it here. So now how we have done it here, same way we have to install in our systems here. Same way we have to install in our systems. So directly click on the install button so that that note will be implemented in our systems. The note will be implemented in our systems here. Like that, we have to implement it. Some nodes contain, see here, this note has dependency on the 3 other nodes. We have to implement it here, right? So that is the corrections. These are all the correction instructions here, corrections. Right? So inconsistency means this note are inconsistency, not applicable. So new notes means the new notes which you upload it, right? Those are the new notes here. Select the note, click on the implement button. So then the note will be implemented here. Just go to here, then upload the note will comes to the here. The status of the note contains, so irrelevant, sorry, not cannot be implemented, can be implemented, then not applicable. So like that, completed, in progress, there are the types of notes, the status are there here. So cannot be implemented means version mismatch, the component mismatch, that note cannot be implemented in our SAP systems here. So that's what we have to remember in our. So whenever you implement the note says like cannot be implemented means don't implement. Can be implemented means we can implement the notes here. Like that, we have to implement the notes in our SAP systems here. In SAP systems, we have to implement it. That is what we have to do it in our SAP systems. Okay. So that is the note implementation during the support pack upgrade time. So during the some other things, so we have to do this one here during the support pack upgrade time, or anywhere we have to multiple notes or functional team working on the bugs. That bug contains the note implementation. We have to implement the note here. It's a purely our activity to implement the note here. So we have to implement the all the notes in our systems, we have to implement it. All the notes in our systems, we have to implement. Whatever the applicables are there, we can implement it. How can I get means service marketplace? In the service marketplace, we can get the all the notes here in the service marketplace. In the service marketplace, you will get the all the notes. Just if you just to type the error message in the search bar. So suppose like, so memory issues. Just type it here, enter it here. You will get the hundreds of tons of notes here. So you can check is the HANA or what is that error messages. Based on that, we can apply the each everything. It contains some note. So we can upload that note into the system. So shared memory dumps in above ST22. Just type it here. Then you will get the related, if any notes are there. So just you will get the shared memory dumps. You will get the shared memory dumps. Then you will get the related notes. You will get it out here. So if you open the notes, it will give you the information or instructions or implementation. All those things will tell you how to implement it in everything here. It contains the some steps, how to fix it out and everything. Some notes, correction notes, directly we can implement in our SAP systems. That's what we have to do it in the regular basis here in the SAP systems. Okay, this is the note implementations. So the next one, okay, I think that is the note. So we have some notes which you have to implement it here in the ECP system. You have to do that one. What I will do, I will place all the notes in our new bench server so that we can implement it here. Okay, so that is what you need to do.